Hi friends, and welcome back to another video with Ascension to Love with Alice. Thank you so much to everyone for joining me today. So today we're going to be looking at the energy forecast for the week commencing Monday the 13th of July 2020 through to the Sunday the 19th. What an exciting week we have upon us. We have Mercury, which has gone direct. So we've still got Mars in its home sign of Aries, so there's a lot going on with the ego there. There's a lot going on with clarity because of that Mercury going direct, and there is Lionsgate approaching, so it's going to be really interesting to see what this week brings. Thank you so much for everyone who made a donation on my Good Karma link for my previous videos. There is no obligation to make a donation, but it does make a nice energy exchange. So if you were drawn to doing that, and if you are drawn to doing that, thank you so much. And please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button on this video so you can stay up to date with future energy forecasts, and do share with anyone who you think may find it beneficial to see what's going on this week. So let's start by getting some overall themes for this week. Now, what have we got going on? So what themes do we have for the week for 13th to the 19th of July 2020? What do we have here supporting? What themes do we have here? Let's start with that. Thank you so much. Soul expansion. Absolutely. This has been a big one right now. You know, this time has been, with all the retrogrades that we've had this year, it's been a massive time for soul expansion, but a lot of it has been internal work and internal reflection and things coming out to actually, you know, catalyze, things being catalyzed to bring in that soul expansion. But what I love here is that this energy feels a lot more that the connection is being made now. You know, it's not all just happening in the outer world, it's actually happening in the inner world as well. That connection is definitely being made, and I love how we've got all these stars here. This looks Palladian, doesn't it, with all the blue stars? But you know, and we've got here a lot of blue energy, which is all about the throat chakra as well. So there's a lot of truth I feel coming forward right now. Let's have a look, see what other themes we have for the week, from the 13th to the 19th. Let's have a little look here. Archangel Metatron. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, Archangel Metatron is definitely looking after this space of time. I feel like we're going to have a lot of starseeds watching this video, because he is the archangel of indigo children, indigo adults now. He's the archangel, he governs the great central sun, right? Archangel Metatron. You know, he can do lots of incredible things such as warping time and things like that. So you may find that if you are a little bit more into the alchemy of things, and you are more of an advanced light worker, starseed specifically, you may find that time is definitely on your side this week. You know, look at this here. We've got a lot of similar geometrical patterns coming in. There is a lot of soul expansion definitely happening, in the sense of things just getting to a higher frequency is what it feels like here. And let's pull a final card for the theme of the week. Let's see what we've got coming on. We're going to use a dragon. I'm going to work with the dragon cards here. Oh, just one card please, you guys. I get a little bit excited. Fire dragon, yes. Look at that, a lot of fire energy coming through as well. Perfect. What it feels when we look at these as themes for the week, so we've got soul expansion, we've got Metatron, who's there about warping time, who helps all starseeds indigos on their ascension journey, on their ascension path, and also the fire dragon here is we've got any energies that have been limiting us, challenging us, any energies previously that have made things difficult for us. It feels like they're getting burnt up right now, you know. This is a reminder that you are safe, you are protected, everything is held. You know, look at this, we've got Metatron's cube here, all these geometrical patterns and shapes, and you know, this fire dragon, call in the fire dragons if you need that extra bit of help, that extra bit of protection and reassurance this week, because what it feels like is that we've got a heavy presence of those beautiful elemental beings that are here to help clear any fog, lift any confusion, clear your path, so that you are able to really protect and honor your soul journey here as look at this, there's a common theme throughout all three of these here, and it's about your soul pathway. Clear your soul pathway. Anything that's unaligned this week seems to be getting burnt away and transmuted, right? Alchemized, which is exactly what we want. You know, this is about getting really, really focused, right? That's the general theme coming up here. What I'm really keen to have a little look at here is, let's have a little look at the inner and outer world. So what's going on for us this week in our inner world? So this is kind of like in our mindset and our mental patterns, in our emotional field. Let's have a little look at what's coming up in the inner world for people this week. I'll just get 3 cards here. Wow. Okay, so we're starting out with Archangel Azrael here, who is the archangel all about transitions. This is the ending of a phase, ending of a cycle, right? This is an archangel that looks after anyone going through any type of grieving process, any type of cycle completing and beginning process, right? So this doesn't have to be just, you know, Archangel Azrael is always kind of had the morbid name of the angel of death, but it's actually not about that. He's a gorgeous archangel who really actually aids and works with Metatron quite a bit in the ending and the ending of any phase, so that we can actually move on and move into spiritual transformation. So this feels like this reading here, this week here, is coming at a very perfect time for many people who have maybe had quite a few ups and downs, maybe not understood what's been going through, what's been happening, you know, what's been happening in the past few weeks, because it's been a lot of like heavy emotions and that, you know, there's a lot of fears here. And with Archangel Azrael coming out here with the 5 of Earth, this is all about fears and fears around money, fears around practicalities, changes, right? That's what this energy is. It's uncertainty, right? And with Archangel Azrael coming out here to match this, especially with the King of Water, because the King of Water is, this is about mastery. This is about emotional mastery. You know, this is about having that balanced heart and mind, right? It's like your heart is leading here. So what I love having Archangel Azrael here at the start with the King of Water at the end is like, it's like they're saying, you know, you don't have to worry about the financial aspects, the money fears. Like, they're encouraging you to release those right now. You know, you're being encouraged to allow those doubts to come through, right, and allow help from energetic beings, allow help from external sources that are actually all a part of you. I'm getting drawn to the as within, so without you know, phrase again. It's kind of like, you know, if we can balance our mind, if we can calm our mind and allow our heart to lead, then we know that actually, you know, only love is real, right? And all those aspects of love, there's no fear in a space of love. There's no uncertainty, there's no doubts, there's no judgment, there's no worry, there's no scarcity, right? And that's all part of the egoic side. That's all part of the mind, right? All part of that blueprint of the human body. But what we're getting reminded of here with the themes, what's going on in the inner world, is that, you know, those doubts that are arising, it's good, because, you know, King of Water is coming up here. You know, King of Water, he is, so this is like the King of Cups in a regular tarot deck. And, you know, this is about keeping your heart open. And if you are feeling like there are struggles here around financial doubts, and not only if you got Archangel Metatron governing this with transmutation and alchemy, along with the fire dragons, right, and along with soul expansion happening, but maybe it's maybe we have to do some energy work with that, you know, internally, right? So when we want to create space to receive, we have to create, when we want to receive, we have to create space, right, to receive. So sometimes that looks energetically like doing charity work, or giving a little bit of time to someone, or something like that, to allow that space to receive then the prosperity and the and raise that vibration higher, right? Getting into that space of gratitude. So very powerful start to this reading here. I want to have a little look and see what is what's going on in the outer world. So this is like physically, you know, people around you, things around you, external events this week. What's going on in the outer world here? What do we need to know about the outer world this week? So we've got the Page of Air coming out with the Magician. Look at that, Archangel Raziel. We've got lots of archangels out of here, out on the table today. Let's move these up here. Perfect. Okay, so what's going on in the outer world here? So the page is quite kind of young in his journey, right? He's not quite a king. He's not mastered all of that. And this is kind of like, this comes through as like the mind. So usually the pages are a little bit more kind of inquisitive. They're a little bit more kind of naive. They're a little bit more kind of excitable, right? In energy. And, you know, what's really interesting is that it feels very much like there is, it feels very much like this is kind of relating to the ego, right? This is kind of relating to ego and kind of energies coming in through other people as well, right? And, you know, we're ending with the Eight of Water here, which is kind of like, this in itself, the Eight of Water is kind of like emotional completion, right? It's kind of like there's, with all the themes of transition as well, right? And burning up lower energy, it feels like there may be a few doors closing here, especially with the Magician. You know, we've got Archangel Raziel coming in here. Now the Magician card, the Raziel, is he is all about weaving time and the alchemy. We've said that word a few times today already, you know, and he's about manifestation, right? It's creating externally what you feel and think within, right? So I love how this is kind of the middle of the spread here for the outer world, and in the middle of the spread here is the Five of Earth, which is that worry, right, around the fear of finances and things like that. Now, if we go with that saying, you know, as within, so without, the guidance we've got from up here is this, you know, we've got to release things that don't serve us, release the doubt, because, you know, we're leading with our heart, we're keeping our heart open, and that's going to be our strength this week. And when we can do that, this Five of Earth energy doesn't, you know, this Five of Earth becomes very positive. It becomes a very positive change versus a scarcity or a fear mindset. And then that's something that can then, you know, show up in the outer world, right? So this could, I'm getting two messages here for this outer spread. I'm getting one for people surrounding you, and I'm getting one for kind of newer opportunities, or kind of a fresh start with whatever your business is. So whether it feels a little bit work orientated, even though there's no earth cards here, because there is an earth card there, it feels like it's actually quite interlinked. So the first message I'm getting was kind of around, you know, the people surrounding you, and making sure that that is a positive feeling, especially following with the Eight of Water here, about that abundance and emotion. You know, what and who is surrounding you, and are they lifting you up or are they pulling you down, right? And, you know, the Page of Air, this is about that change happening, right? That change, but with Archangel Azrael being straight above this here, about releasing and the ending of cycles, it feels like actually something is shifting massively in the outer world, right? This build-up that's happened the past few weeks, with, you know, all of the things that have been catalyzing for you, like, you know, maybe you've had a few kind of tough conversations, or maybe you've had a few kind of tough strains in relationships and work and things like that. You know, the energies cosmically have all been, you know, pushing that, all the retrogrades have kind of been pushing those shadow aspects out for them to come out, to cleanse, to clear, right? And it's like, okay, that's a lot of those have like completed now. You know, the Venus retrograde is completed. Venus is direct again, that self-love. Mercury is direct again, right? That clear communication and stuff like that. And now we're just back to it, and it's like, okay, end of that cycle. Let's draw a line underneath it. Things are still changing, for sure, they're still changing, but right now this is a fresh new start here, you know. And it's kind of like a fresh new mindset, right, where you know, it is that like naivety, that joyful ignorance, not the ignorance in the bad sense of the word, the joyful side. And especially with Raziel helping out here to actually transmute it and move it through, it's like you really have the ability this week to create what it is that you actually really, really want to see in your outer world, right? Let's have a look at what energies are supporting, what energies are challenging. So let's see what energies are supporting this week in our inner world. What do we have supporting us in our inner world this week? Yeah, soul family. Okay. And let's see what we have supporting in our outer world. What's supporting in our outer world this week? transformation. Look at that. Yeah, it's that alchemy again. Look. Soul family, calling your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And once again, this is like that mirror, right? So this is what's supporting our inner world, our thought process, our emotional process. And it is that mirror, right? It's those external energies, right? Those light being energies, right? Coming in and that mirror work that we're doing, you know, it's kind of embracing and reassuring the ego, letting our heart lead here. You're not doing this alone. You've got so much support around you. You know, and then we've got transformation coming in here in the outer world. So it really is about, you know, manifesting. What is it you want to see? Look at how Archangel Raziel, I don't know if you can see that here, but look at how Archangel Raziel here in this card, he's literally like casting his, you know, magic. He's got like abundance over the top of his head as well, casting his magic here and allowing this garden to really flourish. You know, that transformation is happening. And yeah, look at that bottom of the deck. So we've got boundaries coming in on the bottom of the deck as well. And this is the other thing that I was saying with the outer world, is that, you know, maybe you have had to put some boundaries in place, right? For certain people, certain energies, maybe you have had to do a little bit of extra work on balancing your chakras, on closing your energy field, on making sure it's whole and it's healed, and just letting, and this is even boundaries with yourself as well, right? This is primarily where those boundaries are instigated, is how we love ourselves, right? But look at this, the King of Water is showing up, right? You know, you've used this past time to actually heal and shift a lot of energies that have no longer been, that don't serve anymore. And now we're in the mastery of all that, you know, and it's now time to find your soul family, right? You know, and you're attracting those in this week, you know, with that transformation happening. Let's see what's challenging us on an inner level as well. What's challenging us on an inner level this week? Thank you. Yeah. The ability to actually kind of move forward. What this feels like divine masculine energy, you know, that action type of thing, which is funny because it's coming up in the inner world, right? You know, for this card to come up in the inner world as a challenging side, it feels like, you know, we're gonna kind of maybe want to stumble and want to continue like introspective healing, that type of thing, but now it's actually time to get into action, right? That's what this is saying. You know, you're gonna maybe struggle a little bit with actually moving forward and keeping going, like physically, right? And keeping in alignment here, but you know, you don't, and you know, because this is challenging, you may get drawn back to this doubt, right? This doubt, but you don't have to worry about it, right? You don't have to worry about it, you know? That's why Archangel Azrael here is looking after this whole line, right? This whole inner world. You know, what else is challenging? What's challenging the outer world? Alignment. So what's really interesting about this is that the thing that's actually stopping this transformation happen, the thing that's actually stopping, the thing that's stopping this transformation happen is, you know, alignment, right? And what this means is kind of like, you know, what parts of you are you struggling to let go of? Sometimes, you know, sometimes things that we've done in our life, especially over the past few weeks, the past few months, whatever, like choices we've made, or things that things in our outer world that were normal 6 months ago, they're not normal now, right? And we want to kind of go back to that. But sometime like this year has been about change, and it's been about adaptability, and it's been about, okay, who is going to come through this bigger, stronger, better, more whole, and who is going to try and regress back, right? And that's what's going to challenge this week, is kind of wanting to go back to something, but it no longer fits. You've grown and expanded, and the shoe doesn't fit, that the foot doesn't fit that shoe anymore, you know what I mean? So we've got to make sure that we stay in this like inquisitive, right? Curious type of energy, you know? We've got to stay in this inquisitive, curious type of energy here. And be open to different opportunities, and be open to different viewpoints, and be open to different things that will allow this transformation, that will allow Archangel Raziel here to come through. Is, look, number one, we're at the start of a cycle again, right? It's a brand new cycle, you know? Yeah, and it is going to bring, like, it is going to make you want to move on, and like things are going to progress, but it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good, especially if we don't get stuck by whatever we've done in the past, and kind of you know, we used to do it like this. That can't happen anymore, especially in the outer world. If you want to make sure that that your life evolves in a really incredible way this week, really look at how you're watering your garden. Yeah, really look at you know, really look at what you're still holding on to from the past, because it's time to let go of a few things, and it will bring abundance of emotion and spirituality, right? You know, it will bring that growth and that transformation. So let's see if we can pull, let's pull a final guidance card here. Okay, we can pull a final guidance card for this week for everyone that's watching this video. You know, what guidance do you have for us? Send love, look at that. Okay. Send love, it's all about love. It is all about love. And this is the thing, is that, you know, we've got to send love to our previous selves. We've got to send love to the people, the situations that we're moving away from now, that we're shifting, that wasn't in alignment, right, into the transformative stage. We've got to send love back, right? Do we have... Let's get another card. I just want to get another card here for guidance for everyone watching for the week forward. Yeah, look at that. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. Yeah. Let's pull a dragon card as well. Final guidance card from the dragons for this week. Look at that. Look at all this lilac fire coming in. This is all about transmutation. This is all about transmutation. Your guidance this week, you know, this is the theme and the guidance. It's about alchemy. It's about transmutation. It's about literally letting go of anything that was lower, fragmented, that wasn't aligned, right? Allowing the cycles to close and to complete. Allowing that heart to lead. Allowing the phases to end gracefully, right? And to move on, especially in business, especially in regards to people and interpersonal relationships, in business and things like that as well. You know, some things weren't aligned, and this is a massive transformation time. This is transmuting through the power of divine love. Look at this, love. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Lilac fire dragon, you know, this is like the Saint Germain energy, you know, this is like Merlin energy, and we've got a lot of that with the fire coming up here, Metatron coming up, right? But at the end of the day, this week is all about, it's all about love for sure, like making sure that you keep your heart open, right? You've got to keep your heart open this week, allow that to remain open, to allow that energy to flow through, and allow that to then create and co-create with the universe, co-create with those beings of light, you know, with the archangels, with everyone. Co-create that external world that you envisage, that you deserve, that is only right, you know? Got to co-create with it, right? And you can only do that if you are in a place of love, and you transmute through love, not through fear, right? Challenges don't exist. Fear is not real. It is just an illusion. Okay. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you like this video, please hit the like button and send it on to someone, or share it to someone who you think might benefit from watching it. And until next time, I send you lots of blessings and lots of love. Bye.